The animation begins immediately right from where the movie Footopia left off. The introduction features Gumlion, who seems to have been animated in a form of Stephen Hawking, explaining to we the viewer how the Footopia universe works, where there are countless galaxies inflating into existence. Approximately 13.8 billion years later, two different species emerged, Homo sapien and Cybus erectus. In other words, human and food devoured by humans for centuries. However, food has now decided to launch a full-blown rebellion against the humans, initiated by a sausage named Frank, accompanied by his lady love Brenda, Vine, and his friends. The scene then shifted to a wore-out departmental store, where we get to see as food tried to overpower humans. Although the battle was a very challenging one, however, they eventually began successful, leading them to the elimination of all humans, but at the same time, while also sacrificing a few of their own. Meanwhile, after their victorious battle, the Cybus erectus stood, get informed by their leader, Frank, that they are now free from humans' aggressive oppression as the war has ended. They also get informed that food is now the dominant species on the planet Earth, while also giving tribute to those who passed away while they fought for their freedom. In some shocking twist, we get some crazy scenes from food until rain caused chaos on Footopia. In the chaos, many began stepping on each other just to survive. While they all ran into a building for a cover, the rain drainage then released a lot of water, sweeping them all. Frank watched how his people died during all this chaos. Meanwhile, Gump stretches himself too thin again, quite literally, while trying to save some of the food from going down the drain. He was successful with his plan, but during this, he couldn't hold up any longer, making him lose his life. Frank is sad that Gump is dead, as he doesn't know how things work in this world. The next day, Frank and Brenda, who are the icons of the rebellion, are powerless against the mysteries of the human world, about which they have no idea about. They are shocked with the whole disaster, which took out more than half of their populations. However, when the rest of the food asked them about the deadly disaster, they have no answer. Many of the disgruntled food retreat to the safety of Shopworks, which was a safe spot for them then, as they can still provide them with shelter from the mysterious waterfall from the ceiling. Since Gump isn't around to give them answers about the unknown, Frank and Brenda feel they should have kept one of the humans, or humies as they call them, alive just for them to beat them and get answers of things they don't understand from a living human. Meanwhile, Barry feels more alive again, as he has found a purpose to keep him occupied. As Barry helped many of his kind to safety for help, he immediately noticed and discovers there are still humans alive, as one of them takes some of his rescued food hostage. However, this gives him a renewed purpose to eliminate more humans. The next day, Barry returned with his friends with a jaw bite from human, and injured Jelly Donut, as his jelly leaked profusely. The friends are of no help to the injured Donut, but Barry tells them about the humans who are still alive. Frank and Brenda suggest keeping the human alive, so he can help them navigate the dangers of the real world, but Barry is against the whole idea. Frank and Brenda goes into the store only to find it in a mess. So Barry, seeing all of this, then finally negotiate a deal where he is allowed to kill the human. After Frank and Brenda find out a way on how to deal with the falling water, they begin their journey to kidnap the human with their bath salts, toothpicks, and so on. The three begin their search for the human, but Barry is of their opinion that the humans might not even have an idea of what a falling water is, referring to rainwater. Brenda is really sure that the humans will have an explanation for all this disaster happening. Barry explained to the two that he believes that the human brain is in their butt. He believed that is the human weakness. But just then, they found one of them, and they all went to give their respect to their fallen hero, but Brenda believed it's human shit. At the store, more chaos continues as the foodie doesn't want to share space with one another, while they also began mocking each other of their look. Back to Frank Mission, they continue their search and found many more of their kind dead on the floor, proving that there are still humans. They all eventually found the human drinking, so they prepare to attack since it is only one human against the three of them. They began their plan, and Brenda then attacked the human by throwing her portion toward the human, making it hallucinate. While the human is on the floor, Brenda and Frank began to question him on what makes the water fall from the sky. The human goes into beast mood, and he began fighting back. Barry goes to cut off his leg vein, making him bleed badly. Frank and Brenda is mad by what he has done, but Barry told them that the human is not totally dead. The scene then cut to more humans approaching where Richie was, the human, only to find him dead and on fire. The humans began to attack and the battle then break out. Barry get hit by one of the humans while the rest ran for their lives. Meanwhile, Barry is now on his feet, so he took a knife, using it to tear the human trouser. Seems he's planning to get to his brain through the human butt, which was successful. human then push him out of his body using his muscles. This plan doesn't work, but the other human then knock out both Barry and his friend while also planning to cut Barry out of his friend's body. Barry luckily controlled the human again, making him use him to eliminate his friend. The remaining surviving human then begged the food that he will do whatever they want. Back to the store, Orange kept on cracking jokes to entertain the other foodies, but while they did so, what seemed to be funny then became a nightmare, as the chef they were on began shaking, making many seriously injured. This alone caused crazy disaster, and just then a human come to their rescue. This made them very surprised that a human saved them, but just then, Barry informed them that he is the one controlling the human from his butt. The human explained to them that the water from the sky was just rain, and it doesn't happen often, while also informing them that the ceiling they know of is called the sky, which brings rain. They all ran out of the store and Shopwell, then collapsed, but Frank then showed them a better place nearby. They all began to move toward the building. The human then asked what was going to happen to him now, but Barry then told him he is trying to figure out a better way to eliminate him. Barry began to torture the human. Meanwhile, at night, Brenda then took Frank for a surprise, and they both then kissed. They are happy that they really achieved their goals. Nearby, Orange ran to the store first, as he doesn't want any of this kind near the area, claiming that now he owns the building. The foodies seeing this then began fighting for their space too, while also leaving the weak ones out there. The show Sausage Party Footopia episode 2 then came to an end. The rest will be uploaded on our channel next week as soon as it is out, so don't forget to subscribe to get updates.